everyone, welcome to the Albarian, where we're winging it today. I was too engaged with the conversation,
Things happen.
and yeah, didn't balance any of the sounds at all.
We'll get there.
It's
We're
Tuesday.
about to be so engaged in this conversation.
We are about to be so freaking engaged. So engaged.
I'm about to get on one knee. We're so
We were
engaged.
also really engaged with the fact that Smokey has a cat, 2 cats, in fact, and they have
Well,
the
one
best
of them's
names.
right
Yeah,
here.
one of them's there.
And then this
Chicken.
one's here. This
hang
one
on,
is
hang on,
Vaxeldan. Oh,
I have a screen ready for this. Here we go. Okay,
Nice.
there we
okay.
go.
So
See that? You
this
did?
here is Vaxeldan or Vax.
so cute.
He is adorable and he is a little sleepy boy. His sister Vexalia, who's his twin, is right in here. They were playing earlier in their bed, and she was crying because she wanted to play, and then he kicked her ass. So she went and pouted in there and is sleeping, and he wanted to be held. So he will be joining us tonight.
He's so freaking cute.
Oh, Vax.
Aw.
He's gonna be my buddy tonight.
Yeah. That's a good buddy to have. Oh, here we go. Back to it. Now that we have seen an adorable cat, hey Ben, who's that sponsor?
It is Kate Woolman State Farm. Since we're not doing Helldivers tonight, I figured I would do a drill sergeant read.
Ooh.
Like,
Alright.
I'll back up a little bit.
Oh my gosh. He's actually gonna wait, hang on. I feel like I need to actually set the mood for you on this one.
There's music.
There will be. This is not the music, people. This is creepy music. This will not do for a drill sergeant.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, you won't hear it, but go. Do it.
Okay. Need guidance on life, auto, or homeowners insurance? Contact Kate Woolman State Farm for all of your insurance needs. Rates can be more affordable than you think, and protecting what matters most to you is important. Call Ben at 719-539-6265, and I'll set you up with what you need. That's 719-539-6265. I woke my cat up from a nap with that one.
That was excellent. I had to mute because you were starting to come through on my side.
Oh,
that was
gosh.
powerful. And now us. Nice. Thanks, Smokey, for the subscribe. Well, that's amazing. Thank you, Kate Woolman, as always, for being a wonderful sponsor and a delightful human being as you are. Always a pleasure to have one of those ads read. And to see that State Farm symbol on our screen. Go check them out, people. No, I can actually stop the epic music now. Go back to this. There we go. Let's see, announcements. The inside of my chest is still working its way of disinflaming itself. That's not actually an announcement. Just an explanation of why I'm randomly coughing. Thursday, we will not have a Valheim's Bloodheim. I do that all the time. A Bloodheim crew stream. Instead, we will all... A ham of some sort, yeah. Instead, we're all going to be gathering up and actually finishing up the preliminaries of our next campaign so that we can do zeros and then record the next one for a great YouTube switch, which is actually happening soon. Because on Sunday, that is our last live TTRPG show is on Sunday. The rest are going to be on YouTube and pre-recorded because this guy needs to make sure he takes more time off and doesn't work over 100 hours a week, according to his doctor. So, we're changing up our structure, and most of it's going to be on YouTube instead, only. And it's going to be hour-long portions, so bite-size. Funny enough, with this schedule, we're actually going to be able to do an interesting amount more than what we are. More. Keep that in quotes. It'll be more episodes, the same amount of content, if not less. But it's going to be switching. So come on by for the last TTRPG live stream. Other than that, Tuesdays sticking around. We'll always be live on Tuesdays. We'll always be here on Twitch, and 2 other days because we got to keep 6 days in a 30-day period. Thanks, Twitch. So there will be 6 days a month that we'll be live to hang out and chat with you all. It's going to be great.
Are we gonna do this live still?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna be live.
Yeah.
It's
We're
us.
going to be live.
We're
in
talking
the
about
future.
us, these guys.
Guess what, people? This
Yay.
is pre-recorded. I'm just kidding.
Us.
It's not.
No, we're here.
Can you imagine?
We are here.
I was there, and you were there,
We were
you
all
were there.
there.
and you were there, and
Good.
you were there.
Tubers. Goobers. Goober goober! Those are all my announcements, though. The Ian's doing stuff. Check out our YouTube. Go to the tree. Seriously, check out our YouTube. You can find even all our old content up there. It's all going to be
Nice.
there. Is my CloudBot not working? My CloudBot's not working. Hey everyone, it's that time of month where the CloudBot decides to just not work. Actually, Streamlabs does this. I'm sure those of you who use Streamlabs also feel the pain of your CloudBot randomly turning off on you. It's great.
I don't use Streamlabs. Woo!
Woo!
I use a custom-made bot that a friend made.
Oh, nice.
I'll have to share it with you sometime. The code's actually out there and available.
Mm.
It's a really good one, though. I mean, it's... in considering bots all kind of suck.
Yeah.
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 It's a shadow bot
There
thing.
we go.
Woohoo.
It's on now.
Hey.
Hans isn't working either. It's probably off. Honestly, actually, that's happened to him before. Midstream, he realized to check the Streamlabs to make sure it was actually on and had turned off. This case, it had turned off. Come on now. You're gonna stay
it
on
broke
for
it.
me now, right? Hey.
Look, this wouldn't be a Albarian broadcast if we didn't have technical difficulties, just saying.
It's true. Here at the inn, we recognize what it is like running an inn and a restaurant. Every day you've got problems. So we accept them and keep moving on.
It do be like this sometimes.
On a 5-stream streak. Nice, Ben.
Yeah. I guess
No
it just-
way.
Well, okay. What's new, everyone? It's actually been a bit since we've done a Hero's Feast. Any fun stories? Any life experiences? I mean, we had a really good one. The cat. That kitty is just the best, the most precious thing ever.
My first campaign that I ever played in, my first character that I ever made is like one battle away from its completion. We're already talking about the next campaign
No
in
way.
that world, and I've already have a character built. We're literally a lot of the things that we're in the we're in the end game for. A lot of the things we're in the end game for, we're really just planting seeds to world build, knowing that we're going to be back in this world as new characters. And we kind of have been filled in that some of our shenanigans off planet is going to be kind of the focus of the start. So we're world building right now, which is really nice. But it's I had a character that hit level 20, starting at level 3, and 3 or 4, I think. And this campaign has been going on since COVID started, roughly. It's like November of 2020, and we've been playing almost every Saturday, and it is almost over. We are going to very soon be done with it, and I'm a little sad. I mean, it's nice to have a. I very thoroughly believe that I will survive the last. The last battle's kind of inconsequential at this point, but it's a long story. We're gonna go and just absolutely tear this last battle up because that's the setup for this. But in the meantime, it is my favorite character to play because it was a stand-in for kind of my personality exaggerated, but also it is really nice to know that he'll be living on to be an NPC,
I love that.
and I get to play in his world coming into the next campaign. So it's a little bittersweet, I guess. Uh, it's really interesting having never played this game in my life before. Um, Having my first campaign actually push all the way through to like nobody like you hear stories people never ever hitting a level 20, you know. And we I mean, you know, Buddha as a DM, like, you know how power tripped we are right now. It's absolutely ridiculous. So it'll be a really interesting world. Now that we know, it'll be a really interesting world to play in as a whole brand new character, starting all over again at level 3 and getting to jump into this world and get back to it and see how all these other things are gonna impact it with some new players, a couple of players left. We're gonna sounds like we're gonna gain another player or two, so it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, that's what's going on.
I definitely feel the feels for you on that. Gosh, that's cool. So much time and commitment put behind a campaign, and it's coming to a close.
Right, 3-4 years, you know,
Yeah.
almost gonna be 4 years. I mean, we'll probably end it in the next month or so, just depending on how this lasts. I mean, it's the last battle. I think we're storming gates, but my Buddha's also crazy. So like, this could be months on the last battle, and we might not start until after summer. Who knows? Or we go out guns blazing. Lets us set off a bunch of fireworks as our finale and just blow the living shit out of shit, and then we get to move on. And I'm kind of cool either way, because if he lets us just set off the fireworks that he knows that we have planned, like, it would be such a great send off to this campaign. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about good send offs, did you see how that Critical Role Campaign 3 ended last Thursday? Good stuff. I'm gonna leave that hanging there. It didn't actually end, but something did.
Ooh.
There you go.
I am caught up.
Are you caught up?
I'm not caught up.
No. It got juicy.
I'm in the middle of changing medications and all sorts of stuff. My sleep schedule is way off. I'm like literally in that transition where I'm like 3 days off my old medication, 3 days on my new medication, so like nothing's working, right? Because you're in that in between phase.
Mm-hmm.
So mm-hmm. it's been a focus thing. So I'll have to spend some time. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I just had a bunch of free time to catch up on a bunch. Caught up on Critical Role, High Rollers. Got into a few others for a few episodes or so, or two, few.
And I have a really bad habit of going and watching like old things, like, I have a really bad habit of like going and grabbing, when I have no time, YouTube clips of like old streams that I've watched that were like highlights, or like
do you remember this from 10 years ago?
Right. Vine compilations. I will old school Vine compilations just to make me feel old.
From the actual Vine.
Potato flew around my bedroom. Yeah. All the so I go on nostalgia trips sometimes, or like watch an anime that I've seen, because like a lot of my media that I've been consuming lately, I haven't been able to really focus on because of the med switch and all this other stuff. So like, I didn't want anything new coming in. But I have a tendency of just defaulting, man.
Have you?
Music too.
Yeah, I do that as well, or especially on music. Not so much on video stuff these days. It's too much to take in. I keep wanting to catch up and then never catching up. There's just way too
And
much.
I've given up a lot because of that.
Mm-hmm. But have you played Baldur's Gate 3 much? No?
I've never played
Okay.
Baldur's Gate 3 at all. Ashley did. We talked to Ashley about it, but I am.
The cast actually came in. The of the primary characters, they actually came in and did a one-shot / two-shot with the GM of High Rollers.
Oh, that's cool.
It was a good one because, gosh, that dude he was freaking. Mark Humes was so excited about it, like they were so giddy. But it was just a joy to watch how much enthusiasm they all had around it. It was so good. They also did an Insomnia one-shot with everyone's favorite princess, Shadowheart. Or is that the terminology? I don't know. She's not my favorite. And the executive producer, I think, or creative producer of Baldur's Gate 3 in Insomnia in Europe. It was good. You should catch that one too. It's only like an hour and a half because, con show.
Yeah. Well, those are wild.
Gale is the best.
Gale is great.
Like, I don't know why. It's just like it just naturally flowed, and then Gale became my forever guy, and then it just happened that way. I'm like, I don't even swing that way, but it's like the most wholesome. The way that they write the relationship stuff is just so wholesome and good that you're just like, all right, I guess I'm with Gale now. Bye, Shadowheart. Like, our love was so strong that Shadowheart straight up was like, look, I know I was first, but I don't want to get in the way of this. So, yeah, I can't be a third. And I was like, damn, she just backed off. So, but yeah.
I wonder, is it possible to get a 3? Because
I think you can, depending on the partner. I think it would depend. Like, I would imagine Lae'zel would probably be more willing. I don't know. She's kind of intense. Like, I feel like she would do whatever she wanted anyway. So.
That wizard boy has me by the balls.
Yep. Me too. It's just, he's so pure. He's so good. It's like the way they wrote him, it's like he's such a... Like, he could be a sneaky bad character, but he's just so upfront about his problems that you're just like, I can't hate Gale. I like Gale. Gale's so good.
It's like, look, I'll be frank. I'm messed up.
Yeah. I don't want to reveal the problem for those who have not played, but Gale has some problems that allow you to think a little bit more about him. But I don't know. I feel like replays would be worth it just to explore the relationship differences alone.
Yeah.
Because that would change the way that you play the game, because there are different choices based on when you're with Gale. You've got some different leeway to make a different choice about mid-game that allows you to, kind of make that choice a little easier. So it's like, I would wonder if you were set up with someone else, because that would actually, like, probably affect how main things go in the game sometimes. So, I don't know. It's nice. Choices matter. They lead to different outcomes.
Your choices matter.
Yeah.
I love it when games have that. Like, their choices matter.
You are muted.
Decisions.
That's a lie. No choice matters. All choices lead to the predetermined outcome, which is...
Well, yes, and again,
Death.
it's programmed.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Got it.
Like a little bit of... I'm just saying.
On that lovely note, I think that's a great catch-up moment. Oh, actually, no. Random funny thing that happened repeatedly for the past few weeks. Have you ever fallen asleep during one film on Amazon to wake up halfway through a completely different film because of the continuation feature?
Mm-hmm.
So, have you all seen the film Valerian?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Have you seen the film Megan?
Yes. The
Okay.
robot girl.
Yeah. Have you fallen asleep
fell asleep
halfway
in
through
Valerian
Valerian and
and woke up in Megan?
woke up in the middle of Megan?
Oh my god.
It
That
is
would,
a trip.
I would imagine.
The first
What
you're
I do
watching.
is like while I'm like sleeping to a movie, I'll like it'll merge into my dreams
Mhm.
too. I'll like wake up and then fall asleep and wake up and fall asleep. Like I feel like that would be a trip.
Oh,
Those two movies influencing your dream state.
yes. Terrifying,
Very fun.
absolutely terrifying. Renewed my vigor of disgust for dolls.
Oh my god, they do that uncanny valley with her so well.
That
Like,
is an
it-
incredible
it's-
actress.
it's
She did such a
uncanny.
good job in that role.
Yeah.
There's a funny random story for you all. I popped into my head. Let's see. What kind of things? Well, actually, Smokey, I had on my little rocket docket to ask you about your campaign that's been going on, and that was a good update on that.
Yes. I know what I'm gonna do for my next character.
Ooh, what's your next character?
So there is out of that Baldur's Spire that I sent you, there is a class that is a cantrip master. That all it does is maximize your cantrips, and you don't learn any other spells. All it does is maximize your cantrips. Well, the character that I built originally was actually for a different campaign that we were planning on streaming live, but a lot of things happened. It just ended up kind of falling through. But I've had this character planned now for like on the back burner for like a year and a half. And when this opportunity came up, I thought I'd try to bring him out, but he didn't quite fit into the world. So that's where I dipped into Vault Spire to check it out. So reclassing him into a cantrip master, and then I believe all of the subclasses, because it's like I believe it's a sorcerer, that it's like a new class that they have involved called a sorcerer, and that it's all it is cantrips, but the subclasses like rooks, pawns, knights, queen, it's like all the different chess pieces.
Yeah.
And it was rook I think I took. So with that subclass, and the illusioner's bracers, which allow you to double cast any cantrip that is like a single point, right? If I'm just cast like
Fireball. No, firebolt.
well no fire but was it
Scorching ray.
no it's
that's
cantrip. What's the I can't remember what the cantrip is, but firebolt.
Firebolt. Yeah.
Firebolt. But you could think about if you could like massively upcast Firebolt, but then okay, now you just double it, right? So there's a lot of wackiness. I have it listed out somewhere, but it's been really kind of fun to break the new classes, which were kind of overpowered and meant to be broken in the first place, you know.
Oh, yeah,
third party
built for it.
additions to the game, man.
I think,
but
so, Zelda's brought up a interesting question here. So, like the sorcerer twin spell meta magic, where you use your sorcerer points and you twin your spell, because if
not quite.
if it's separate from that,
not
then
it's,
could
it's
you
not
twin
sort.
it?
There's a whole thing. I wish I had Voldus. It's Voldus is upstairs, so I can't grab it right now. It's actually on this computer. But it is I'd have to I'll tell you what I can do is in the Albaran I can link to Vault Aspire. I'd be happy to do that. It is VS something or another VS. Oh, well, that doesn't work. I'll have to look it up later. I don't have a direct link to it right now. I wish I had more information because I haven't actually looked at that character sheet in a few months. It's just something I knew was coming up, so I've been excited about. And I came unprepared and I didn't do my homework, and I apologize. This is what I get for bringing up shit on the fucking fly.
No, it's
I'm
a
piece of
fun
shit.
book.
Look, I'm just saying. Look here. Hold on. I'm gonna distract you.
Oh, he's such a freaking
Be distracted from my failures. Be
Hi,
distracted
little
from my
buddy.
failures. There we go.
You're the second favorite Vax.
You're distracted from my failures now. There we go.
My favorite
There you go,
Vax
son.
died
There you
twice.
go, son. Never happened. Never happened. Right, son? Never happened. The bad
I have a
man
friend
can't
named
hurt you.
Vax in Helldivers. He's a funny dude.
Yeah.
I like how you make Helldiver friends that are just like all you do, like all you know about each other is your Helldiver contact, but it still is like
There's a whole circle of friends or a circle of people you used to play Destiny with. Can't remember
Yeah.
any of them anymore. Sorry,
Right.
Destiny peeps. If you're out there, I'm sorry.
I've got you, son.
But I can't remember a single one anymore. That's all we did was Destiny.
and I love when shit's hitting the fan and Murderak just comes in and saves the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yes, the fourth.
So you're panicking, you're freaking
It's
out,
so
you're
nice.
running, you're jumping, and then suddenly, 2 minutes until the LZ happens, this pod drops from the sky, slams, Murderak pops out, and is like, "Sup, bitches, I came here to kill."
Came here to kill.
He's a fun guy.
I do have one
Murderak.
friend. I won't say his name in case he watches this at all ever. But every time he comes in, I'm like, oh god.
Oh no.
I
It's
love
me.
the guy.
You
The
don't have to
guy's
say
good.
it.
But he's like level 40 and still somehow sucks. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. But I'm like, most of our deaths are coming from you, bud. Or being caused by you.
I'm right here, guys. You don't have to be so coy about it. It's fine.
Oh, it's not smoky.
You
It
fucking
is not
smoky.
smoky. I'll say
I'm just
that.
saying,
right
I'm a
now.
piece of shit. I know it. I'm good for
Hey,
cat memes, and
I
that's
have
about
my
it.
moments.
It's okay.
It's mostly against Terminids that I lose my head and I just run. And then I'm like, fuck it. I'm not here for anybody else but the objective.
Here's the thing:
And then
is
let myself
I
go.
know all my friends want to go to Vietnam and do automaton stuff, but there's just something so
Some
fucking
Clearwater
satisfying
revival
about just
playing in the
clearing
background.
bugs. There's just
It
something so
is.
satisfying about
It
clearing bugs.
is. It's so visceral.
It's just the guts and the spray and it just makes me so
Like,
happy.
If I wanted to
get
take,
that.
if I wanted to
Mhm.
bathe inside oils, all I'd have to do is climb into the engine of my ship up in space. If I want to bathe
Right,
in what fuels my ship, though, I'm gonna kill me some bugs.
I just it's I don't know. It feels there's something really satisfying. Like I feel like I'm the hunted when I'm on fucking automaton planets. But
Yeah.
when I'm with the Terminids, it might be a battle, but I'm there as an exterminator, motherfucker. So like
Nice.
I don't know. It just it's a
I
different
do
feeling.
I do mirror that sentiment, feeling like the
Mhm.
hunted versus the hunter.
So,
Because yeah,
Yep.
you are definitely the hunted on
Have
automaton
you-
planets.
Uh-huh.
have you all run into a Terminator yet? And Ben, this is a trick question for you.
Terminator?
A Terminator, yeah. So there is actually a unit in the bots. It very, very rarely spawns up, but it looks like one of those normal troopers. But when you shoot it, it won't die, and it's like as strong as a juggernaut, and it just keeps coming at you and shooting at you. We actually ran into one on one of our last streams. There was one of those little
P600.
buggets that just wouldn't freaking die.
Was
and
that when
kept coming
when
right
we were
at
playing?
us. That actually, yeah, that might have had you as well. Like, because we did one on last Tuesday, but that actually might have been the previous. Yeah, so actually, Smokey, that might have been a trick question for you too. But we've run into one
That may
during a
have
stream.
been something that we were because we
got
managed to
wiped
do
by
all
something.
of our missions, but it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, it was not.
It was
It got
not
messy.
pretty. It was skin of teeth sometimes.
Hey, go check that out. That's on YouTube too.
Yeah, do the
It
thing.
was the
Farm the legs.
T800 in the original Terminator, but the T1000 in Terminator 2. I didn't know that.
Liquid metal,
Yeah.
where it melts.
There's a whole. Yeah, there's like they're all made of some different kind of metal, and that's the big significance between the.
The T1000 can fucking melt as its own alloy and like reform itself and shit.
Yeah.
That was the whole
That's
T1000 thing in
the
Terminator.
bad guy
Yeah.
in Terminator 2.
I feel like this is too gentle of music for me to be listening to while talking about Terminators.
That's true.
Dang.
Here's a steady beat.
Terminator, man. Haven't hopped into that in a while.
I forgot it existed for a bit.
I saw, what was that one? Was it Revelations? Was it Revelation? Salvation. Yeah, that was the last
Oh
one
my
I
gosh.
saw.
Okay, so actually, yeah, Salvate. Yes. God, there's too many. It's
That's
like
the
Fast
one where
and
they're like
Furious now.
actually in the future.
Wasn't that like 3 movies ago?
I think it was. I think there's been a few movies since
There's
then.
been a few since, yeah. We have
There was
Zelda.
one in 2019?
I think so.
Remember that? Terminator Dark Fate.
That's why I said it's kind of like Fast and Furious at this point. There's another one coming out. All right.
It's a lot of, but I mean, you could just say kind of that about like
Star
Batman
Wars,
and
Batman,
Superman and Star Wars. Because it's the franchises that just won't die because people have been fans and like they needed one for the new generation, and that is what it is. And sometimes they make it, sometimes they really don't, and then later they're like, oh no, the ones that did make it weren't all that good, and then everybody's a fucking critic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like I mean, it's you don't get a whole lot of I mean, I guess that's not true, but you don't get a whole lot of like really big, epic, long like franchises like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those franchises are fucking old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have
Same fucking story again.
a wonderful story in chat here from Zelda Elf. My D&D story is that I started writing a
XO
cough,
fanfic, yes.
Gale and Bella fanfic cough, and wrote Murray's character in as Bella's tragic backstory. That's Irvin, everyone. Irvin would be delighted by
Yes.
that. Oh. Irvin, the asshole who managed to make an impact on people's hearts.
All right, so now we need an artist to go ahead and roll 30 for that.
we need a drum.
I expect
Come on.
I expect a roll 34 link in my inbox by the morning. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I need a. If the Inns Discord ever did have an NSFW channel, it would be called The Back Door. And when you go in, the first message would be, "This is an NSFW channel. Do not come in here if you do not want to be here, but welcome to the back door."
Welcome to the back door.
Personally, I prefer to enter in the back door. Yeah.
Personally,
of the Albaran, as a member of the Albaran. I don't. When you come in the front, like people notice. Like some people make a big deal out of it. I just sneak right in the back.
Yeah,
like
we leave the back door
just,
open for Smokey.
Just like Well, and sometimes people are like, oh, I know it's locked. I'm like, yeah, bullshit, it is.
It's always
And,
Like,
taken
have
you
you
know,
ever
footage.
I get in there
worked in a
anyway.
restaurant during
So
the summer and they leave that little rock right where the door latches so it doesn't
that's
actually
exactly what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we did for Smokey.
That's exactly what we do. I get in
Left
that
the little
back door.
pebble right in the
I
latch
figure it out.
so we could just open the
Right.
door.
What? So I've always theorized that one of these. No, Navi, I will not.
Sorry, that was
I
my
will
my
not.
message ringtone.
There's butt plug. Yes. When
That's
in the
too
summertime, one
vibrant.
of these days, whenever I'm feeling incredibly bored, which let's face it, that's rare with this head, I'm gonna go find some random restaurant that does that, walk in and just start doing their dishes and see who says anything.
What they do.
See what they do. Because the number one position restaurants
What took
always
so
want
geeked out?
filled is a dishwasher. So if they don't have one
Yeah.
and someone just showed up, 99% of the time I'm
And
willing to
that
gamble
is
they
the
would assume
highest
it.
turnover.
It is.
So
The
I'd
likelihood
assume
is
a new guy probably
just a
got
new
hired
guy.
recently.
Yeah.
That's pretty genius.
The thing is, you'd be doing a restaurant's dishes for free.
Yeah. Do it in a high-end restaurant because let me tell you, that whole rule where you can't take what's left off of the plates besides,
Doesn't
the
exist there.
social ills.
Mhm.
It does not exist in this situation. What are they going to do? Fire you? No.
No,
Eat that
you just make sure the fridge is
ganache.
not there. The coworkers got
there
your
we go.
back because they're doing the same shit.
You just have to tape it for content.
Dude,
Get viral.
when I worked
It'll make
at
you way more money than doing the actual.
That's
job.
true. Yeah, make it a YouTube short.
when I worked at an unnamed restaurant that rhymes with
Ooh.
Olive Sharon.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
I remember it wasn't just that. It was, yo, that soup is just sitting there and I am hungry. I want some soup. I'm going to get some soup. And it's
Must
just
be
like,
talking
no one
about
ever
Denny's.
batted an eye.
Oh no,
yes.
it's that Wendy's chili. That Wendy's chili is
that
the
Wendy's
best soup
chili.
around.
Dude, I had someone who worked at Wendy's and they're like, yo, you don't want to eat that Wendy's chili because they take the old hamburgers and they chop them up and turn them into chili. And I'm like, that sounds pretty normal of how you would make a chili. It's
Chili.
usually a bunch of stuff that was in your fridge and now it's in a chili. It's like, I
That's
don't know. That's like some of the best.
kind of what
I'm
a
like-
chili is.
That's kind of genius. Like, all the old hamburgers you turn into chili
So-
that lasts like 2 days.
So here's the thing: is when you work in food service in any form, you go one of two ways. Either you get to a point where you are completely never want to eat out, you never want to go out, you just always make your own shit, or you hit a point of comfortably numb, where as long as I don't see the fucked up nonsense going on in the background, never happened. It didn't kill me. It didn't kill me, and it tastes fine enough, right? And that's the thing, because if you actually knew, if everybody actually knew all the
Right.
dumbass thing, and I've worked in restaurants as an HVAC tech. I've worked in restaurants my entire life. I still work in restaurants regularly, and like there's a specific coffee chain that rhymes with much nothers that I would never drink from ever again,
Duly
because
noted.
I know
Very
what
duly
kind
noted.
of crap goes on in those ice machines and how infrequently they ask
actually
them to
cleaned.
get
Oh my gosh.
cleaned.
Actually, yeah, the most infrequent cleaned machine in any of these places is most likely the ice machine.
The ice machine.
Never freaking cleaned.
I do want to. I'd like to point something
I
out
had
though.
a manager.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh.
I had a manager at a place that rhymes with
Oh no.
or
That's good.
is in juxtaposition to
That's a fun word.
Big Brutus,
Okay. Okay.
a very famous pizza chain.
Mhm.
That
Right.
I had a manager that actually did clear out the ice machine, clean
Wow.
it, and let it fill back up. It was like a twice a month thing that he actually did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so
He
cool.
was always made fun of for it, but I always celebrated that because I'm like, yo, the ice machine is like one of the grossest places in any restaurant. Because when was the last time that little iceberg that's at the bottom been changed out? It's like,
So, okay, so there's a lot of rules on that, and you're supposed to burn ice regularly. A lot of places will don't, but I can tell you right now for 1,000% fact that if you go to a Starbucks, that shit's clean. I know as
I
fact
can imagine.
that Starbucks is one of the few places that I will always go grab drinks from because that shit clean. You know, maybe
Their
the
water's
fridges
good,
aren't
too.
like the inner of the fridges sometimes get like milk spilt in them, shit like that. So that's not as clean as sometimes you'd like, right? But like their cleanliness as far as food prep and as far as like their ice machine is like fucking next level shit. So like not to be like that guy, but like fucking drink Starbucks because that shit's fucking actually not gross.
As soon as you start,
It's
I
so
actually
rare to
something
say about
good.
ice machines.
It is. It is incredibly rare. There's one of the
Sponsor us.
sponsor us. Yes. We can.
Please.
Please.
You can do it.
That was actually one of our main things was burning ice at the end of the first few restaurants I used to run. The person who ran the front of house, she would go to every location and check to make sure they burnt ice. And then the morning times, she would be there, and whoever the morning crew was had to clean that machine before turning it on. So it was meticulous. The first place I ever worked for restaurants was meticulous about all their details, and I took it into every restaurant after that, and hated life because no other place was that meticulous, and it hurt.
Now you got to burn your ice regularly, and a lot of places won't do that, and they get sludge and slime at the bottom of it. I've seen it, and it's bad. It's bad. And yeah, man.
Those of you who know that I'm an anti-ice person, have you joined my train yet?
Is that a Snowpiercer reference?
No. I just don't like ice. I always ask for no ice. I never get ice from places.
It comes out cold already.
Shit, you don't. You're just asking them to water down the drink that you just bought. You're asking to pay for water.
So. Fun fact: McDonald's Coke products taste different, right? Reason being is because they notice how they're all doing the automated machines, right? They measure out ice, they pour the drink, and then they adjusted the amount of syrup so that as the ice melts, the taste doesn't go away. So the ice is actually part of the measurements of the end drink for Coke products.
The first few drinks are going to be
that makes a lot of sense.
Concentrated.
Yeah.
Well, because Coke and McDonald's, it's I can't remember who owns who, but that's been a thing since I was a kid.
Yeah, so there's a actually, if you look into the competition of the two companies, Coke and Pepsi, you'll get into the whole deals and ordeals that came to fruition of why most of our restaurants, or most of these fast food restaurants, are owned by either one or combined into the same restaurant, like Taco Bell, whatever the other one is, KFC. That's it. Yeah, Taco Bell, KFC. That's Pepsi. Because of the competition between Coke and Pepsi.
Yep.
So
absolutely
fun research project. Everyone, go check that out.
Those are facts.
Hmm. It's a
Interesting.
real fun one. Real fun documentary if you can find it. I don't actually know the title is, but I know
Fun
I got it
fact:
from a
Dr.
documentary.
Pepper isn't owned by either because it's its own fucking thing.
Yeah, they do their
Yeah.
own shit. That's why I
That
drink
was what was
them.
really nice. Oh, sorry.
So,
Yeah. When I worked at the Riverwalk, like, it was down to all the way to alcohol lanes. Like, if you went with one brand, like Pepsi, you had to
Yeah.
go with this alcohol brand too. So it was like,
What?
which Pepsi and
Well,
Budweiser are hand in
so
hand.
that's true.
Like, hmm
Well,
but I did notice that
Drink
Dr.
beer
Pepper was
instead.
allowed.
so there are some drinks that are better or made to be specific. So, for example, I don't know if you knew this, but Mountain Dew was originally made as a whiskey mix-in.
Really?
Really?
Mhm.
I could see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Go do Mountain Dew Mountain Dew and whiskey, and tell
A
me it's
whiskey
not one of the
dew?
tastiest. What I'm telling you, tell me it's not one of the most tastiest things you ever do. So what we used to do
I'd
is,
try that out.
do you know what I'm gonna say this, knowing that I need to enunciate very specifically. There's a glass. It is a shot glass that consists of a bulb on the bottom, a bulb on the top, and a little kind of passage in between. It is called a, with a J, jigger glass.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Jigger.
Yeah.
And the way
Yeah.
you use this glass is you pour in the first bottom the chaser, and then you drizzle in the shot on top. So when you take the shot, immediately next you can kick back the chaser, and it all goes down one after another, and it separates the drink. And that is a really great way to shoot whiskey.
That is also a tool used by bartenders all the time. And it's very, very awkward when you nonchalantly use that term and there's a
Yes.
customer nearby who does not know that that's an actual word and mishears what you're saying. So,
Yeah.
that I'm very familiar with those.
That's why
those
I
tools,
was
yeah.
very specific and gave a
Don't
lot of
can us
context
algorithms.
before I even attempted what I was doing there, because I know better.
Man.
I'm
Like
on
those
standby
little
for
bugs
that
that
shit.
burrow under your skin in those humid areas. But also,
Ch.
yeah,
That's a ch.
yeah.
It'd be a
Yeah.
chigger. Chigger. Ch.
Ch,
Man,
ch,
I remember
ch.
I screamed because I was hanging out with my grandpa up in Kansas, like near Kansas City, where it's like all humid during the winter, during the summer. And I rolled down his hill because he had a hill, and it was relatively featureless, so you could roll down and not hit anything, and it was just so fun. What wasn't fun was all of the chiggers that were everywhere because I was wearing shorts.
Oh no.
And I remember I was in such pain that I just screamed, like, I hate chiggers so bad. And I remember
little
my
nasty
grandma
creatures.
thought I said something else,
Oh.
and she got pretty mad at me.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I just like rolled down your hill, and they are everywhere. Like, I am not kidding. I'm not
Oh,
kidding.
let's-
Like,
yeah,
when
let's bring
you
some-
get involved in the grass and you get like in an area where those are very populous, they get, I'm not kidding, like everywhere. They're like sand.
Ah, we're a little
They're like
dribbled up.
sand. Oh,
Oh,
fake.
nah, I'll make one here. I'm just trying to get an image of these little creatures because I forgot how insanely bright they are.
Yeah. Yeah, because they'll show up as like little
There it
white
is.
dots.
Yeah.
Yeah. But though that is like, you won't see that looking at it. Like, it is
It's so tiny.
Almost
Look at those
microscopic.
wrinkles on that hand.
Yeah. And then it just burrows in your skin.
Like, look at this
And just
diagram.
lives there. It literally just lives in your skin. And
Ugh.
then you have to
Okay,
figure out a way
so
to
this
coax
is
it
a
out of living inside
side
you.
note. I don't know if you knew this, but you can, if you really get pissed off at somebody, you can send them crabs. It's called revengecrabs.com. This is just reminding me that you can like straight up just like buy envelope of crabs,
What?
send them to them, and when they
What?
open it, the crabs get everywhere, and they have crabs now. Congratulations, you know, have genital lice. Have fun.
No.
So it's called revengecrabs.com. I can't remember where I heard
Is
that.
that
I know
legal?
it exists. Probably not. I don't know.
No.
It's
No,
existed
it-
for a long time.
That
That
easily could
seems
be
like
considered assault.
biowarfare, but
Yeah.
also you'd have to like
It's one of those like
Figure it out.
legal where they can sell them, but they can't tell you what you're gonna do with them.
lawful but awful is what I think the term is.
There we go. Lawful but awful.
It's like the glitter bombs. Technically, those are also, I believe, they're lawful but awful things as well, because they can be hurtful. If your face is in the wrong place when that stuff is thrown up, that fine glitter could get in your eyes, could get in your orifices, and give you massive
breathe it
infections.
in.
Like you could breathe it in. That there's a lot of potential problems behind it.
I wish somebody would
That's
send
why
something to me that had
liability
a
insurance exists.
virus. That's true.
Check out
I'm glad-
K-Woman State Farm, everyone, for that wonderful insurance.
I'm glad I had
Because
my
people
comment over
do
that.
sue you.
That's good times. That'll make a really good sound clip.
Just very quietly, like down at the bottom, there's Smokey with a small text to subtitles comments, and us doing a State Farm plug. Clip it, package it, send it. What's oh yeah, there we go.
That's an NFL. That's a Super Bowl commercial right there, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, we just need to make the, what is it, like $1 million to have a commercial air of the
10
Super Bowl.
seconds.
Oh, I got
10
you.
seconds.
We can get investors. That's fine.
Does she insure against crabs? You know what? That might be a missing avenue.
I mean, isn't that what medical insurance is for?
Oh. The medical
I mean,
insurance
in a
system
way,
this
aren't we
country
all
is
insured
great.
against crabs?
In this state? Yeah, we're landlocked.
That's what we would call a pre-existing condition. And that condition is stupid.
Don't they still do pre-existing? I can't remember anymore.
I don't even. I think there's like very few things that they're like, nope. Because healthcare is so open now.
My job does that shit for me. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm really
don't
concerned
pay
about
attention.
it, guys. I need insurance. Oh no.
We're all covered by either Medicaid, Medicare, or something. That it's like it doesn't matter.
In the end.
Okay, so
That's-
tell you what. I will set a premium for you that you can pay me, and if you do get crabs, I will pay for your treatment. So that's basically the same thing. There will be a copay.
What's the
There
copay?
will be a copay.
I haven't figured out the details yet, but I'll get back to you. I'm sure. I need to crunch some numbers, as it were.
There
You know,
will be.
I don't know if there's going to be a per crab fee, or like if it's going to be up to so many instances. There's some really important things to consider here.
Crab occurrences per year.
Right.
So-
How many
this-
occurrences? Like, is there a species limit? Right? Is there like invasive? Like, if you get hit by these guys, like that's one thing, but these guys, like that's gonna take some extra cream or some shit.
Like,
So, like, you know,
ooh, those
right,
are
right.
actually lice that found something else.
right?
And,
Those are
not
actually cyber lice.
excluded on
Those
That's
are
the
lice
completely
that made
different
the funny.
thing. This is that's not a $50 copay. That's a $100 copay, and your premium's going up. So, because obviously this is
And-
like the third time this has happened. Why does this keep on happening? That's my question.
They
This
work
is
at the
the
place
third
that
time.
sends the
We're gonna
crabs.
cut you off at some point. Like you're not I can't understand.
And we
But
sent
sir,
you
it's-
an entire
it's my
page
job.
of exclusions, so
I
that's
send
kind
people
of on you
crabs.
not reading them.
I'm just saying. You smother it with foam. That's
What would be
nice.
hilarious is if the company that does that actually does have their own liability insurance.
No,
So
man.
here's what I do is I pay them to give me all of their customer data, right? And then I send out insurance policies to anybody that's been on their mailing list, right? So
Oh,
I'm just saying, work smart, not hard, right? Work with the enemy, right? We know that
Me
this is a
too.
problem, and we're just trying to solve it for people. We're not trying to stop the problem. We're just trying to solve the problem
Hang
once
on.
it's occurred. What?
There's a term for that.
Or racketeering?
Yeah, that's it.
Something like that. I could be wrong on that. This is
It's
it's
like,
a literal
that's-
racket. It's a
that's-
literal racket.
That's an illegal thing to do. I'm gonna sell
Okay,
asbestos
so
and then sell the coverage. for
Laws or
asbestos.
suggestions. We need to have a
Yeah.
conversation about how laws are suggestions for a second.
Hey,
Right?
yeah, there's a whole.
Look, laws are if
whole
laws are
avenue we could go down
selectively
there.
enforceable, if laws are selectively enforceable, then they're a fucking suggestion. That's all I'm saying.
and if you have enough LLCs in between you and the actual entity that is operating,
That's true.
does the liability actually fall? Not on you.
Nowhere.
But that
You're
no
5
on
seconds
me
away from
because
this
that's
problem.
my job is to take on the liability of it and get paid.
No,
so
you.
I
Then in another direction, limited liability.
this is
company
where
runs.
limited liability
That's-
insurance. I'm the one to take the
that's-
liability. I just need money first, right? So I'm
Yes.
here to do that. You need cream insurance? I got you.
You
Right?
need cream insurance.
We are not affiliated, endorsed, or supported by the cream
But we
industry.
do buy their customer lists.
But
We
are
do buy their
supported by
customer
State
lists.
Farm
Yes.
Insurance. Go check
Which
out some insurance
also
companies.
happens to be a subsidiary that may or may not be owned by you.
I mean, really, we're all owned by the people, right? We're publicly traded. We're
Absolutely,
all
yeah,
owned by
yeah.
the people.
I,
You
we're
know, the
fully supported and funded
98%.
by the people. So
Well,
technically,
Got enough
we really are.
stockholders.
well,
Yeah,
it was
thank-
85 or 86% of the stock market is owned by the top 10% of wealth holders in all of America. So you know that's fair.
Absolutely, totally, 100%.
But that liability and the other, 80% of the pool there, that controls, the 5% of it. That's enough.
I'm
That
just
is
saying,
enough.
that's enough to build wealth and make you feel important. You know, go
And
grab
release yourself
scratchers.
from
It's a better
liability.
investment than the stock market. That's all I'm saying. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not wrong.
You're not.
Let me tell you, as a guy who debates liability all day, that's a pretty intriguing conversation right there.
Yeah. But yes,
I want to play life
my
insurance.
people will get in touch with your people, Zelda, and we'll get that limited liability craps plan going for you. And as you are going to be our pioneering customer, we'll even name it after you, so that everybody else forever will know, what they're getting into.
The Zelda
and
Elf
have
90
that reference.
Studios Fund.
There you go.
Right.
And
Crab fund.
just to keep our knowledge in check, my little insurance PSA is if you have water damage in your house, do not wait for it to mold because insurance will not cover that.
That's true.
Report that
Really?
immediately. Get that taken care of.
That
Immediately.
explains a
Mold is
lot.
present. Mold is present. They will not cover that at all because that is evidence that it has been sitting there for a while.
I have
necessarily
information.
true.
No. I need to share this with one of my mates.
You have
So,
it has to
there's-
be evident.
Yes, there's
It
a
has
place.
to be
Has to be
present
evident. Well,
mold.
evident. So my parents had a thing fail in their my childhood home. behind one of the kitchens, it ended up with black mold. We ended up having to cordon it off and all sorts of stuff. It was taken care of by insurance because it was
Really?
up. Yeah, it was. Because we got a whole new kitchen because it was behind a panel, and by the time we had started seeing any damage on the front side, and when they cut it out, the back side was completely it was fucking destroyed. So
Yikes,
it was
yeah.
behind a wall.
Like unknown
So
damage.
yeah, it has to be evident.
Mhm.
Has to be
Has to be
evident.
evident.
If you
So-
can go in and be like, oh well,
That-
there's fucking mold everywhere. Blah. Yeah, no, you're
That
fucked, right?
explains-
But
A lot for it. So I used to work at a place that like 6 months before my leaving the location, I reported that there was a mold growing in one of the places. Said, hey, you need to get this taken care of. There's food in the area that this is being stored, and we can't have mold growing where this food's being stored. I mean, this is being consumed by people without being prepared. That's a no-no. And the guy said, yeah, I'll look into it. Never looked into it. I kept reminding them, kept reporting it, kept telling them, and then finally, my last day, I was like, I'm done with this nonsense. This is ridiculous. Told him again. He ignored me. I left the company. A few months later, I hear from one of my mates who still works there. Hey, the guy got fired because the mold got discovered. And the owner of the company heard that it was being reported, but the guy wasn't doing anything about it.
Uh-oh.
The mold had grown across half of the wall, and they had to shut down the entire company for like 3 days while the wall got gutted. They lost all their
remediation
products
is
on that
not a-
area. Like, it was
not
a
joke,
bad loss, and if it wasn't going to get covered by insurance because it was being reported, yeah, no wonder that guy got canned.
So
That's a lot of money.
I was
That's a lot of
doing
money.
some side work for a friend of my wife's. They were coworkers at this thing, but she had this mold remediation business, and I used to be the guy to go in and patch shit. So it was like the setup in order to get all of the mold out. If you're not going to like smoke it or like close out and like bomb it or something like that is nuts. Lots of fans, lots of dehydration, and then cutting out so many things. And then like because I came back into I was doing the drywall stuff. I was patching all of the drywall and getting it all painted and then doing the finishing work. But yeah, no, it's involved.
Majorly involved work.
Well, because
Oh.
it's something that's actively colonizing and spreading anywhere there's any
alive.
moisture once it starts being present.
Mycelial growth, yo.
Mm-hmm.
It's all just one cognitive organism.
Is mold mycelial or slime?
So mold can be mycelial, I believe. I think it's specific kinds. I know fungi can be, and some molds can be fungi.
You called me?
Hey,
Fungi.
is mold mycelial? Myceliac.
Y'all are talking over my head. I'm just I'm just one of them farmer folk. Ain't know much.
I'll just tell you,
Nut.
I got into
or
mycelium
something.
with
That's
The
not
Last
true.
of Us.
Farmers, smartest motherfuckers I know.
I
What's
know
up?
we are.
I'm
I
just
got into
saying,
mycelium over The Last of Us. That was like where I got obsessed over mushrooms and like super colonies. Oh my god. Super colonies are amazing. It's like they can literally stretch across regions
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then
yeah.
produce fruiting bodies from the same super colony.
Mhm.
It's just like, oh my god. It's just like, and the fact that like mushrooms are what, like 98% the same as human DNA. It's like an
Well, yeah,
insanely
there's
high
a lot of
amount
that
close.
going on within. I mean, they say bananas, something like that. Bananas, same way. But yeah, I mean, the largest single organism on the planet is mushroom.
Mhm.
You know.
Okay, so mold. Looks like we've got like a. What is it? What's that big one I use all the time?
Some
HIV and
distinctions.
AIDS. So you can have You can have HIV without having AIDS, but you can't have AIDS without having HIV. You can have fungi without having mold, but you cannot have mold without having fungi. Mold is a kind of
The
fungi.
mold is like a fruiting body of the
No,
fungi.
yeah, of a fungi. From what I'm seeing, you can't get mycelial growths from it. That's the major difference of the two fungi. Is
Oh.
mold doesn't get that, but certain fungi, like the mushrooms, they do get that.
Mhm.
So there's the big difference.
Well, that makes sense because I know I've
Mhm.
always been told if bread is moldy, throw the whole thing out because just because it's sprouting in this one spot doesn't mean it hasn't already been fruiting
Yeah.
or rooting throughout the rest of the bread. And so
I thought that was the
Yeah.
good part. Have I been doing this wrong?
The fuzzy stuff that grows. So you've been storing your bread
Oh,
until it
here's
goes
ya.
fuzzy. It's so in truth, actually, all mold is fine if you bake it, basically. So if you toast
Mhm.
your bread, there's a little piece of mold on it, and you can't really spot any other colonies. You're totally fine to keep eating that stuff. Like you can chuck that in a toaster, bring it back out, and you'll be very much fine. Because those little tiny
Aren't
spores,
certain molds used as like a medicinal property
penicillin.
at some point.
Yeah, but it needs to be
Yeah,
processed.
because mold penicillin is one of those.
Hmm.
But like older medicine, like 1700s.
Oh.
Like wasn't mold present in there?
Moss was a lot, but moss was mainly present because of its
Mm.
absorbing properties. It was like
Okay.
a blood sponge, basically.
That would be a great band name.
Blood
Blood
sponge.
sponge.
That would be a great band name. We should all
Coming up next
get.
is Blood Sponge.
I love my tampon.
Let's go! That would be like that's like punk rock. That'd be like a punk rock band. Blood Sponge.
We're sexy for Bob and we're here to rock.
That's right. We're here to make you feel sad and stuff. Oh,
Blood
good
Sponge, we're here
times.
to eat all over the floor and make you think about death and stuff.
That's right.
We're blood sponge. We're here to rip you a new one.
Fat new one.
So rock and roll. Just
Every
saying.
single one of their songs starts with a great guitar riff that sounds like someone ripping a bad fart.
New one. Man. Small aside, can I just tell you how many of my recommended channels are people playing Helldivers 2? God damn. I'm like,
I've just got a bunch of TTRPG stuff.
nice. Yeah, it's like Baldur's Gate 3, TTRPG, and Helldivers 2.
I see we've got.
Someone's playing the Neverhood. Oh no, that's
What?
Tomar. Joshua Tomar. Do you guys know him?
No.
He's a voice actor. He did JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but he also did stuff with like Chris O'Neill, like Oni Plays, that kind of realm of YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
Zach Hadel, Smiling Friends, the same kind of group. I guess he's playing the Neverhood right now. Dang. We should definitely raid him when we're done. We
Ooh.
should definitely raid Tomar. Oh my god, that would be so dope.
Oh
He's only
man.
got 100 viewers right now.
Only got 100 views right now. We're sitting pretty at
We could do it.
5. Said that squad.
I
How
feel
you
like
doing?
Tomar would actually acknowledge
Our existence.
our raid. Yeah.
Woo.
We'll give it a shot, Ski.
I don't know why he would. I barely acknowledge our existence. I'm just saying.
Wait, we're live right now?
Tomar's
Oh
just
my
that
God.
nice of a guy. Those of you in the audience, if you have seen Oni
Fun
Plays,
guy.
Tomar, that's you.
You delightful human being. How you doing?
Sorry,
Hey there.
I'm
We
very.
will raid him
I've
tomorrow.
never,
Ha!
ever seen him stream ever. So I'm like, that's Tomar.
We'll do the thing.
Oh
Man.
boy.
Oni Plays got me through 2020. I will say that.
2020. Writing campaign got me through 2020.
Mm.
No,
Yeah,
it's me,
that's actually
senpai.
when I joined, wasn't it? October 2020.
Oh no. No, we
was it
haven't been over
21?
for 4 years. No, we've I was 22. 22, my good sir. No,
22? Wasn't it 21?
We started in
October
21.
21.
So we started in
You
21.
joined later that year.
I think you joined
Our
either later
our
that year
campaign
or...
was 22.
Yeah, so I
Smasher
think,
was 22.
I'm pretty sure you joined in 22. Like early on in 22, but I don't think it was 21. I think Vaughn was part of Sunday for the entirety
That's
of...
right. I was living in Springs in 21. Yeah, so it was 22.
Yeah,
I
it was
remember
like when you
Ethan
moved
hitting
back.
me up,
I'm noticing
Yeah.
you right
and
now.
my
Zelda,
very first stream. I don't remember
staring at you
what
into your eyes.
we were on, but like I was on my phone, and we were with Sam Baker, who was on an insanely bad internet connection.
Oh
I just
my
remember
gosh.
that. I just don't remember what we were doing because I know it was not a D&D stream. It was Hate, Laugh, Love.
Yes.
right.
Yes.
That was
it
my
was
first
Hey Laugh
appearance.
Love.
It was Hate, Laugh, Love.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. The long
And the
lost
first
archives,
Yeah.
which can never go on YouTube. So when we get the Patreon set up, go support our Patreon because they'll go in there.
There we go.
They'll get uploaded
Oh,
there. There are
man.
actually a few uploaded to our Twitch. Just Twitch VODs are freaking hard to get to when you upload them. So they're basically invisible. People never know they're there unless you tell them about it. So you can find actually a few of our early time Hate, Laugh, Love episodes uploaded to Twitch. Because I did get through a few. Mycelium, that's the word. Not
Is
mycelium.
one of the ones that I made everybody break.
Yes, that's still
Good.
inside our ad break.
Sweet. Yes.
Yeah.
It's always that's what it's one of my finer moments on the channel.
I hated it.
Watching everybody just like
It made me want to weep.
I mean implode. Watching just 3 heads implode simultaneously. I'll never forget that. It was amazing.
That was done
That's why
during
it
the
was
time.
clipped and put in the commercial.
Yep.
Because it was just like,
Oh.
it was visible.
That and Ben's baby Babaluba. Oh.
Sweet baby Babaluba. Oh man, I've kind of just been getting better at like just saying what's in my head instead of just keeping it in my head when I stream.
Mhm.
'Cause I tend to get really quiet and in the zone when I play games on stream sometimes.
Oh.
I've been trying to be better about just whatever's in your head, just put it, bleh, just put it in your mouth.
Check out the Something Different streams I did. Many of those were just me, myself, and I hanging out and just talking to myself for close to 4 hours. It was great. Just talked about random stuff and I'd scream about it too, like, ah!
I get really good when I have someone in chat, because then I'll like talk to them and then we'll go back and forth and blah blah blah. But when I don't have someone in chat, it's like, who am I talking to? But then
So
at the same time, it's like you won't have someone to talk to unless you are talking.
so I act like there's like a kind of like narrate a lot of the time. Like I'll act like there is somebody there and I'm talking to them, and just kind of like keep that in my head. Like
Talk to the
well,
NPCs.
we're gonna do this and do that. Now, I mean, it was always helpful to me because when I was starting out, I generally like would have at least one friend in most of the time to be able to talk to, or I would stream and I would have like somebody that I'd be playing games with who maybe was or wasn't streaming themselves, and that would be helpful. That's kind of some of the best ways to do it. But sometimes, so like when I'd stream by myself, one of the things that I was streaming was not Persona. It was Tales of Symphonia. And when I did Tales of Symphonia by
Talk about
myself,
a
I turned
callback.
off all of the sounds and whatnot, and I voice acted all the characters. So I played through the game and just kind of talked through. I'd never played it before. Talked through like getting like used to things and be like, oh shit, well I fucked that up, shit like that. But then like anytime there was text, I'd spend a lot of my time voice acting through the different characters and like what I thought, because I'd never heard them before. So like, what did I think of them in my head? What do they sound like? So all sorts.
Maybe
of
that's
different
why we had
voices
so
I've
much
used.
fun with Undertale. Because we
Yeah,
voice acted the whole thing. It was so fun.
so much fun.
really
Oh my
fun.
god.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So we did that in the other one
And
as
then we
well.
would switch characters, and
Yeah.
it was just fun
like,
to see
oh, I
like
did
what
that
each
one last
person
week,
would
you
do
do
with
it next
different
week.
characters. And
Yeah, I really like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fun. And I mean, even if you just get one person to play, but like when you get to text, if you get like a few people in chat to be able to do the different voices and whatnot, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, because that was
Yeah.
Ben playing the whole time. Like, whenever we would do games like that, Ben was always playing. But I absolutely enjoyed watching him get good, son, and doing the voices whenever we could. That was
Talking about get good, son. We had to give up on both Undertale and Deltarune because we reached points that I myself have not gotten good enough to surpass. I cannot beat Sans. I have still tried recently to beat Sans. Still have not done that. And then there's Neo Spampton. Neo Spampton is like the Sans of Deltarune. So hard. So hard. But both battles that have insanely good music that make you want to play it and get through it. But it's so hard. You can't like lose yourself in the music at all. You have to just.
It's like, I haven't heard this bit yet. Oh, dang it, I'm dead.
And you want to know the kicker here? So Osu, the rhythm game, there is a Undertale medley that is on there that I get through just fine until we get to Megalovania. And for some odd reason, because it increases the difficulty as the song progresses, so that the song gets harder to play as you go through, kind of like the game. I'm just like, am I just on all fronts stopped on Sans? Is that just where I'm stuck? It's just like I can't make it through Os. I can't make it through Undertale. It's like left and right, I'm just blocked at Sans. So yeah, that is the tale of my life right now.
Smokey's right though. That's a good way of getting through just by yourself streams, is voicing the characters out. Like I would do that with Hades all the time. Is whenever I was streaming that, letting the characters get through the things, but between the lines of the two different characters, I would interject my own little commentary. It's like, oh really, is that the case? Oh come on now, Thanatos. Oh hello there, sexy. How are you doing? Like little tiny things. Just have a hoot with yourself. Have fun with yourself.
Yeah, I play with myself.
I play with myself every
And
day.
I think the other thing is I've kind of fallen on streaming Helldivers right now, and I feel kind of awkward because there's other people there that are just trying to play the game.
Right, yeah.
And I'm there streaming. And so it's like...
Oh yeah, you have to get over that. Also, I would, if I were you, get a foot pedal setup. That's what I do. I have a foot pedal set up, 3 pedals on the ground. I don't have them set up right now, but like I have them down there. I just don't have the gear set up. But I have a push to talk that I set up on one of my feet. So like when I'm in game, I use my push to talk pedal. What do you use for
the foot pedal? What is it? Is it like
I've got an Elgato.
little 3-pedal thing.
I've got an Elgato 3-pedal foot pedal.
It's underneath my thing here right now,
is.
but it literally is just 3 little pedals with that sit on the ground with a USB port that goes to my computer.
Yeah, it's actually what I use.
Yeah, you can get 2.
Key?
Yeah, they're just programmable keys. I use a specific thing to do it, but yeah, it comes with the program, and you just program what you want them to be, and program in a push to talk, so like your stream
not gonna lie,
will always be live.
That would be kind of sick if you had one button just be the dive button for hell diving.
Okay, so I use my Razor Tartarus, right? And the thing about the Razor Tartarus is it allows you to add macros to keys. So
Oh,
I have all of the, or I have a lot of the stratagems programmed, and then when I add them to my stratagem list, all I have to do is real fast jump back into my Tartarus thing and just put them. So like if I want to revamp somebody, I just press 1
Huh.
what?
and it goes.
And this is called what? Tartarus?
It's called, well, so it's called macro. I'm macroing, which this would make me a trader in a lot of circles, but I'm using a macro. So it's I use the Razor Tartarus
I use the
V2.
Elgato.
But it is
Battle.
a well, it's a controller. It looks like this. Oh, spilled a little bit of soda pop. It's like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my thumb
You
is
can
actually
program that to be like one of those key presses is multiple key presses.
Yeah, you can do
yeah,
that
that's
with
what
these
a macro
things.
is.
You can do that with this guy as well. The my wonderful claw. I
Hold
can
on
get
a
it to
second.
where
Oh
one of
my
these buttons will
gosh.
hit multiple of them.
Huh.
I still need to hook this guy up for the Helldiver stuff, because that would make everything so much more
That
efficient.
would be insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, if you could just have like one button be a stratagem launch. Oh my god, that'd be insane.
Absolutely bonkers. No, I use my foot pedals for other stuff, like when we're streaming. One of the buttons is specifically stop the music. So it'll stop the music so I can start another one, and each of them are all set up
Okay.
for 3-second fade in and fade out. So that clean stream
Nice.
between the two songs is because I'm hitting the foot pedal to stop the music while
Sorry, I
pressing the
spilled a little
deck
bit of
to
stuff.
change the song. Nah, you gotta clean that up. You're good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so yeah, all programmable keys like
Those are
the
cool too.
joystick.
Yeah.
The joystick is how I run around, and then I dive or I stem by using that key, and then
Look into
Yeah,
them,
so-
because if you wanna up your game inside these games, you gotta get yourself one of those.
I
Razor
like
Tartarus.
control pads. I think that they're neat as shit.
They are neat. They are so cool.
Well, I'll tell you, since I've upgraded to a mechanical keyboard, that has changed the game a lot.
Mm-hmm. Got one of them too.
But
Yep.
that might definitely be the next step for sure. Because I have a couple programmable keys on my Razer Orochi, but
So actually, your entire keyboard is programmable. When you open up Razer Synapse, you can go through reprogram any one of your keys as well as program in macros because that
I have
macro
the
thing
Black-
is. Mm-hmm.
so it's like a decent.
Yeah,
key-
I use a Black Widow as well.
So you can program the keyboard itself
Yeah.
to where if
Yeah,
put
if you click
F1
open Razer Synapse and then click on the Black Widow, and then click on a key. Yep, we're gonna learn a thing today.
We're gonna learn a thing today.
You should also look into the
Literally
mouses
in
that have
all
extra
caps
buttons.
from Razer is unify your gaming ecosystem.
Oh,
Damn.
look at that little kitty. We just need we need a.
Oh,
here
they're
we-
waking up.
Here we go.
Yeah, he wants to eat my cord.
Maximize your unfair
Yeah.
advantage with Razer
Oh, he's
Synapse
got that.
3.
Yeah,
Mm.
I have an unfair advantage. Also, I use the for my whatchamadoozy, my mouse. Hold on a second, I'm trying to.
I used to use I used to have a mouse that had 12 keys on the side of it.
Oh, so hold on one second. Son, you're gonna have to go onto my lap for a second. So
Let me
the
go.
keyboard, the mouse I have for this keyboard is the Razer Naga Trinity.
That's a good
So
one.
this is the 2
Very cool.
button, but if I pop that off,
Oh, delicious.
now that now it is a 12 button.
Mm-hmm.
Or where's the other one? Oh, there it is. maybe I want to play a MOBA. So now it is a 8 key.
Huh.
I just pop those off and pop them back on. That's the one I normally run with. And then my other
All I have is
Razer
the 2 side
peripheral.
buttons. That's all I got.
Well, so the other Razer one I use is this one, which has the two side buttons on it here, and the main click. But the thing I like about it is it has this guy right here, which is a speed clutch. So when I'm looking around real fast, and then I press this, and I go from like 1,000 DPI down to like 200 DPI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Instantaneously, and it slows it down.
Speed clutch right there in the middle.
Well, so I can adjust my DPI
In my
on
Bluetooth.
those.
Okay.
I can adjust my DPI, but I can actually just this button just clutches real fast for me.
So do you know what I've not had on a mouse before? This one before is so you know your middle scroll, like when you pop it, it's got that catch. So it'll catch in every one. This one has a way of turning that off.
Gives me no
So
warning.
it just
like Bluetooth disconnected.
It can just keep going and going.
Right. So the infinity scroll. So for mine, I have this little thing here. So like if I turn it up, now when I scroll, you can almost hear it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that.
Right. So, but if I take and lower that resistance out,
it won't catch it.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
That is very nice.
so I can just change my resistance at will. It's kind of nice.
Huh.
Yeah, I absolutely love that feature. I
like to have a little bit of click. Except for in some games, I use that as my weapon selector, and when I use it as my weapon selector, I turn it all the way up, so it's a really hard click because I'm just scrolling through the weapons like that.
Dang, that's pretty nice.
But yeah, so man, I'm all fucking razored out, dude. Seriously. But yeah, so once you get in Synapse and you select your keyboard, you can click on any key and reprogram it to do pretty much anything you want. But what you need to do is go through and figure out. There's one that says emote or macro, and if you select on macro, you have to record the macro, do the macro, and then you can adjust it and all this other shit. So like it's a process, but if you've ever written macros before in your life, Razer makes it fucking super simple. Why am I'm fucking shelling away for a Razer today? Sponsor me, Razer.
Hey, Razer, sponsor us.
Huh? Oh, so Cortex? So Cortex, what that does is it helps boost your games, right? So like Cortex, when I go to launch one of my games, it senses the game I have, and then it goes through and makes that game, raises that game's priority in my list so that it releases a bunch of RAM that's being used for other things that I'm not going to be using while I'm gaming, and focuses all that RAM on the game itself.
That's so cool.
Okay. Cortex is a yes.
So Cortex is good. Also, if you have an RTX GeForce gaming card, if you hit Alt Z on your keyboard, I think.
Dare I risk it now?
Hold on, let me do it. So Alt Z, so Alt Z just pulls up the basic GeForce experience.
What is this?
So you can like instant replay record your broadcast. You can broadcast straight from GeForce. You can record. So like I have instant replay on. So when I'm playing Fortnite, it senses if I get eliminated or if I get eliminations, and then saves the clip as a highlight reel. So at the very end, I can go back into my gallery and select the ones I like and save them to my hard drive, and then I have those forever on my computer.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Albarian. We've been streaming for over 3 years now. We know our stuff. No, we don't.
I'm learning things. But the G-force part of the
Every day. This is
G-force
great.
experience
I love it.
when you open up the full, because that was the gaming experience, but when you open up the full G-force experience, it has a booster as well that you can use to help boost your RAM and whatnot. So always something interesting to get into is if you can get into your graphics cards program.
Yeah, yeah. This is usually where I say I have a computer guy to help me out with all these things.
That's me. Hi.
That's you. Hey.
That's what I'm doing.
It's also Skepti.
I'm
Skepti
helping.
helps me with a lot of my computer stuff these days. Well, in the past he has. Helped me build my first computer. Actually, he built my first.
virtual ring light.
Virtual ring light.
Yeah, you can have a virtual ring light. It's
Turns
basically a
one
ring
of
light
your monitors
coming from your computer.
We can
It's gonna
barely hear
come
what
from
you're
your
saying,
monitor,
Ben.
which is interesting.
Oh, sorry. It like turns one of your monitors into a ring light. So I'm like,
Huh.
Yeah.
I'll just use a real one.
Yeah, me too.
right.
I've
I
one right
need
there.
to get one. Pretty bad. They sell it at Walmart. I have no excuses.
I mean, yeah, they literally.
Well,
I mean, I got mine on Amazon,
also-
and it's
I mean, there are
a
some
bunch of bar
real,
lights. But yeah.
real cheap ones. So I need to do the same thing for. No, I'll tell you that after the stream stuff. But yeah, the ring lights, they're great. I love them. They're wonderful. I have actually 2 lighting systems on this. There's a little wonderful desk light here. But it points at the desk. It just adds a yellow color emanating out from the bottom to compensate for the ring light up there, and the white light coming from all the screens around me. It's actually really dark in here.
I use dark mode.
Where I'm moving to, like, I'll be in a loft,
Ooh.
which won't have ceiling light.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, you'll need a ring light.
probably have to come up with some alternative light. Yeah, alternative lighting.
And then just make sure that you turn off all of your autocorrect shit on your camera so that you can adjust your
Light to where you want it to be.
well, that's the thing, right? So like right now, if I let this thing auto go every time I lean forward, I would just and then lean back, I'd white out. So I instead have the option to actually check on my aperture as well as my opening of my shutter speed manually for this camera. So I set them manually to do this so that we're not getting a bunch of fluctuation.
Nice.
So, food for thought.
Food for thought.
And he's back out.
Oh,
Aw.
little cutums.
Speaking
We're
of
gonna
back
get in.
out, I have to use the restroom so bad.
Good luck. Have fun. Enjoy.
We're almost out, actually. Aren't
We are. Yeah, we're getting there. We're close. Anyone got any funsy little stories? I mean, we've just gabbed on for a while.
We've just kind of been hanging out. Well, it's been a little
Yeah.
while.
It has been. We have,
Been
yeah.
catching up.
Yeah, it's been all disconsorted. We had March. Screw March 2024. That was a heck of a month. Heck of a month.
Well, yeah, I had a anxiety attack that left me nearly non-verbal for almost a week. They thought I had a stroke.
Oof.
It's fucking crazy. So that's what led to my my med change right now. Is they did this long kind of gene test on me to see what kind of meds I might be predisposed to not be like to get side effects or to this, that, or the other things that might be better. And a lot of the medications I was taking were actually causing possible side effects.
Dang.
So they switched me over to a lot of different other stuff, and that's just where I'm in a kind of a little bit of a daze, which is why I'm using my plot armor of a kitten against people today. Do what I can, you know.
Hey, it's good
But,
plot armor.
Yeah, but it's been I had to take some time off work, but I'm getting back on. Oh, I have a cool. So I got this new job, right? And thing about this job and the cycle is that bonuses happen around this time every year. The annual fiscal is on the calendar fiscal.
Yeah, yeah.
I got this job in October. Generally speaking, October, for anybody who got hired after October 1st doesn't get a bonus or raise, right? That's like you're in the new year, it's not enough time, whatever. They had to cut it off somewhere.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting anything because I got hired like October 8th, right? Well, my wife calls me on Monday and is like, hey, is in your account this morning? I'm like, nah, is it overdrawn? She's like, no. There's more money than it should be, though. I was like,
What?
so I check and there's more money. And I messaged my boss and he's like, oh yeah, but you've been working really hard and you've been doing good work, so we just decided to give it to you anyway. I was like,
Cool.
That's majorly
Alright.
what's up.
well, I mean, it was like a 5-figure bonus, dude.
Nice.
Like, fuck. Like, all right, I appreciate you guys so much. Nobody's ever done this for me. Like, they gave me a raise just to come here, and now they're giving me more money. That never happened. Nobody ever likes me that much. You guys don't like me that much.
I don't have
The
much
funny
money.
thing is when you get a company like that, you're kind of willing to do whatever they want.
That's true. That's true. I go out.
Because I've had
all in
people
for them.
say like, well, why don't you leave your company now and go work remote? Because I could make more money by working remote.
Mhm.
But I'm like, never before have I encountered someone that like is that invested in
Right.
me as a person that like that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Right.
All the
Yeah.
difference.
Well, people quit bosses. They don't quit jobs. You know.
Yeah.
But likewise, people will stay through some bullshit for a boss they like.
For a real
And
good
my boss has
yeah.
been really cool about everything going on and been very supportive and things like that. So it's been great.
So-
So this was kind of a cherry on top. But yeah, that was my nice little surprise on top of the, it did suck going through all that mental health stuff, but I went to the doctor, went to the ER at one point, got help, got my medication changed, fixed myself, right? Because that's what happens sometimes. But bad things happen. Sometimes good things happen. Sometimes somebody comes on along and is like, hey, here's the thing. That feels nice too. So I don't know. It kind of back and forth, comes and goes.
Mhm.
Mhm. I'll have to talk about some things my boss did because we all know who my boss is. But off screen. But she is, I don't know. She's just.
We
amazing.
all love your boss.
Yeah, she keeps me doing what I'm doing. So
Some of the
really
things we've
appreciate it.
heard, like genuinely very supportive human being, very supportive human being, like
yeah,
incredible, just incredible what they've helped out with. Such a good person,
yeah.
kind-hearted.
No one in my professional life has ever been like that. That's why I'm just all like, yo, whatever you need, I'm here. I'm gonna do what it takes to stay here and work for you. Even though there's like, I love Salida, but it is so expensive to live here. It is so expensive. So I like finally got a new place that I'm moving to. That's gonna be like 50% cheaper.
Jeez,
So
nice.
massive cut.
Yeah.
Massive
God,
cut.
it's huge.
Hello, Tangerine.
Is Tangerine up in here?
Yeah, they finally showed up.
Hey, whoa.
You're like
Aloha.
super late, yeah.
All right.
Hey, you Tan,
15 minutes.
you get that bee simulator game yet? Ben, you should get this game as well. You have a Switch. Then we can do a 4G
Are you like
stream
an
on it.
actual
I
bee?
have a
Freaking bee.
Switch.
You're an actual bee. Smokey, you should get it too. It's
Do you
only
get to
$4
choose
right now.
specific types of bees
I have
that you
no
are?
idea, but
You
you
be
get to
like a
fly
worker
around as a bee.
bee
You
or-
get to defend your hive, go pollinate flowers, attack things. Like it looks like a pretty dope game, and it's on sale for $4 right now. So go get it, and you can get up to 4 players. So I was like,
$4?
yeah, $4.
Dude, that's what I love about the Switch is they'll release a banger of a game and charge you like $5.
Well, it's a $40 game. It's on sale for $4 for like
There's
the
a
next
lot of
3
indie
days.
development on Switch
Nintendo,
right now,
yeah.
which is really nice.
It's so
A lot of indie development there, which is really nice.
clear space to install Get one of those micro USB
It
cards.
should be.
Not sponsored, but should be. Yeah, we should be. Yeah, get one of those micro USB cards. You can get one for like $15 or something. That's like 128 gigs or so. Sponsored by Tums. Should be.
Should be
Genuinely.
sponsored by your mom. What up? Ha! Nerd. I hate myself
Actually,
for going
technically, it is sponsored by my mom.
on. Actually,
It's
that's true.
technically, yeah, sponsored by all of our moms. They're the ones who created us. So, fair
There we go.
statement.
that's actually true.
Accurate.
By
Hashtag
all.
accurate.
Don't make me be accurate.
Yo, okay.
We're trying to get all nonfiction up in this piece.
At the back of your machine, don't look at this logo. There's a thing under your sun that you can put these tiny little micro USB cards, these tiny little things, and give yourself a
Yeah.
crap ton more storage.
Yeah.
Like you're not
Pretty
supposed
nice.
to deal with just the 50 gigs inside that device to begin with. Like it's
Yeah,
specifically
it's
designed for
expandable.
this. Yeah,
Yeah, you're supposed to expand it. That's
you
I
can
have
put
like a
extra
terabyte card or
space inside
something
your
like that.
gizmo. Yeah, look it up,
Yeah.
yo.
You didn't know that?
Find out how to do it, cause good golly, you're missing out on a lot, Tanj.
Yeah, you're supposed to micro SD that shit.
It's like a huge
yeah.
core feature of the device.
I think that's largely what sells Steam Decks too.
OLED
is the
with a
fact that
different
they
spot?
Expandable memory.
That is an OLED, so I might have just told you the wrong spot. Mine's in the back.
Yeah,
behind the flap.
mine's underneath like in the bottom.
Oh yeah, you got a
Mine's not an OLED.
the kick in
I'd
the
have to
back
go get it.
is the it's behind the kick in the back on the
Yeah.
OLED.
I have a Gen 1.
Actually, that's
I
I
thought
think
mine
where
released
mine is.
date.
I don't know.
No, Tangerine,
know
we
anything.
refuse. We will not let you be stupid in peace. We will let you be smart in peace. Once we're all smart
Hey,
as well, because
someday
dang,
my
we're all
model's
stupid
probably
in
going to
peace.
be worth a lot because I heard that my era is like one of the few that can still be jailbroken.
Wow. Okay.
Because I have like release day model Switch.
Oh
not
yeah,
been
no,
replaced or-
really recently just got
Nothing
one.
happened.
Have you all
Nothing happened.
checked recently how much a GameCube is going for?
Oh God, don't tell me. Because I gave one of those away like 10 years ago.
I have one.
If you get like to get a renewed one, they're actually not that much, surprisingly.
No, they shouldn't be.
They're
Really?
like $168, $170 or so for a renewed one.
Not
Yeah, it
bad.
depends on where you're getting them.
No.
There's a place down in Boulder. Right, you get off on fucking Fairview or whatever the fuck that is. That's not the last exit, but the one right before then. And that takes you off onto whatever main streets there. And if you make a right and go back towards whatever fucking old ass building, dormitories or whatever are there's this little gaming shop in this back corner, like Rocket. I don't fucking even know what it's called, man. But it's they have all sorts of shit. I'll look it up later and let you guys know. But it's they have all sorts of consoles there, and we got an N64 and a couple controllers, and then a couple like the old school games, Mario Kart, Zelda, things like that. GoldenEye for some neighbor kids. So we're like, you kids need to learn what real games are.
GoldenEye is on a Switch simulator. It's on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have
freaked
a lot
out
of the
when I
Switch
saw that.
simulator stuff. You know?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the reason why I know the GameCube thing. Because there is one of my favorite game franchises, Fire Emblem. There are a couple of games I did not have the chance to play. One of them is the one that came out on the GameCube. So I was looking up, I was like, how do I get my hands on a GameCube so I can get this game so I can play it? Well, looked up the GameCube price. I'm like, all right, so maybe next year I can probably do that. Looked up the game. Anywhere between $160 and $320 to get the game.
Mm.
It's like, okay, maybe
game?
not next year. Fire
game?
Emblem Path of Radiance.
That's not what we have, I don't think. We're console and game collectors, so we have like a shit ton of things. Actually, we have
Oh.
more. We might have. We have
I need it.
more than I know, but I thought we got the. When was the GameCube released?
Yo, that's a good question.
I think like 2002.
This came out
Let
in
me see.
2005. I think you're right on that GameCube release. Ah! Ah! I'm not
So
typing
we
in
got
the right
gifted
area.
a bunch of shit from Ashley's dad because he worked at a game store most of his life, and he just gave us like we have from Nintendo as far as consoles go. We're missing the Wii U.
Is that the Twilight Princess?
And that's it.
That's an easy one to replace.
2001.
Yeah.
November
We're
18th.
missing an original Xbox
Close.
and the new gen stuff on Xbox. We're missing the new gen stuff on PlayStation, but we have the old PlayStation stuff, including the PlayStation 1, which was before the PlayStation. It was a PlayStation 1 that was portable.
Mm,
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
The ONE, the PlayStation 1.
ONE.
We don't have any of the new gen stuff or the PS3. It was garbage. I figured I'd pick
It still
up.
had to plug in though, right? But you could play it like it had a monitor in it.
So
wasn't it?
yeah, so it was basically a PS original PlayStation, but it was smaller and it had these. It was made to go with this special like suitcase setup thing that like hooked monitors and stuff into it so that you could put a battery pack on it and take it with you in game. It was supposed to be their first shot at a portable system. Yeah, if you look it up, PlayStation 1 ONE.
let's do that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also need to get a Wii U because there's another Fire Emblem game for that one that I haven't played,
And we
which
never got the
also
Wii U.
is close to the same amount of the GameCube's price. So just to play two games that I haven't played that I want to play, something like $600 out of pocket if I don't know people. What is this PlayStation? That's not how you spell PlayStation.
Plastic and
Plastic and
Yeah, so if you go through, and I guess it's on their Wikipedia page, there's this thing that
Oh,
like
look at
hooks
that.
up to the back of it, and it flips up, and there's this little screen with these little
Yes,
speakers.
Yeah,
I
look at
remember
that.
that. Didn't the GameCube have one of those too?
it was like an attachment.
They had
like a
yeah, you drop it into it. You
Mhm.
Okay.
remove a thing from the bottom, and you drop it into it. It was an
Okay.
expandable thing, but this was, I mean, a decade before then.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is. Look, it's a car charger port.
Mm-hmm.
You can play it in the
Oh.
It
car.
was supposed to be.
Literally
That
played
was
on
the
the
thing.
go.
It was the first time. It was their
Portable.
first shot at a portable.
Wow. Oh my gosh. You can connect it to your phone for what?
Old school stuff. So we've got some pretty cool
Wow.
relics hanging around.
Nice.
I actually ran into a video recently about the difference between the PlayStation 1 designs, and it's where the laser disc reader is. The earlier ones, the laser disc reader is right next to the operating system, so it created too much heat in one area. So the later ones, they swapped it to the other side. So if you ever have an early one, the way to resolve that issue apparently is flip it upside down.
Well, so you know why PlayStation like why you couldn't run DVDs and shit in the original, like you'd think you'd be able to run DVDs, but you couldn't run DVDs in a lot of the original stations.
Mm.
So part of their protection deal was that CDs and DVDs, things like that, they all rotated one way. PlayStation intentionally rotated backwards in order to deter hackers, thieves, pirates, things like that. It was part of their anti-piracy stuff.
Wow.
So it wasn't until later models
In addition to
that
the
they
black
resolved
discs.
it. Right.
Wow.
It was,
Okay.
it was a rotational thing.
Man, that was an era though. Like
Mhm.
cracking open a fresh PlayStation game, that black side was just so shiny.
Well, and there's
Shimmery
a couple of special games that had like special colored discs, which were
Mhm.
kind of cool. That brings me back to the Armored Core days, man.
Oh wow.
I know that they just had
I
a
want to
revival.
say,
but-
wasn't it Rugrats that had like a Nickelodeon themed disc?
like an orange disc or something like
Rugrats
that?
movie
Yeah.
or something? I think that was it.
Okay.
Hold on. have
I need
these
to
for
reach
you.
out to the owners and the developers of the B game because seriously, this might be 5 people who've bought the game just because we've brought it up and we want to do something with it. Actually, that's entirely your fault, Tangerine. We're blaming it on you. You're the one who loves bees. It's your fault. We'll email them. Like, hey, sponsor us.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
When your friends like something, everybody else buys it too.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I was just
Now we're
trolling
down to
around
Hellbangers.
Twitch. Not Twitch. The Switch marketplace. Looking at the kinds of games on there and realizing they have just a crap ton of like $2 games, like small indie games that
Oh,
people
yeah.
have developed and put on there that look like good quality. And like there's something behind them, and I just thought, what if we just did like a $2 game night where we just bought one of these random games, downloaded it, and played it.
And played it for 4 hours.
And played it for 4 hours, yeah. Just
That'd be
have
amazing.
fun for $2 for $2 or $3.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's $3.99. You got 3 days to
Yeah.
get it. It's basically $4.
Buzz, bitches.
Buzz. No, is that what we're gonna call a hive? The buzz bitches.
3
Knowing
days
there's
more
something
for this
unclean.
deal.
Yep.
Let's see. Does that mean it's still in effect on Friday? Because that's when I get paid. I'm talking $3 is gonna be what I need.
No, I think it ends on Thursday.
Well, hopefully it's just like $5 at full price or something.
No, it's $40 at full price. It ain't. Yeah, it's 90% off right now. That's why I'm telling people to get it now. Yo, my guy, just add me on Switch. I'll probably just send it to you. If it's
Probably.
$4.
Yeah, let me check that out. Oh my god.
B game is co-op. You can get up to 4 players in it. So we could legit do a 4-hour stream with this B game, which I'm totally down to do.
That would be pretty sick.
I'm now looking for a
I wouldn't
game
be able
where
to
you.
stream on my end because I don't have a capture card, but
Oh, that's okay. We'll stream. Well, actually, we'll record it all. Everyone will just capture their own recording on it with their own audio, and then we'll do a video split of it of some kind.
there we go.
You can't send people games on Switch? That's lame. That's
Everybody
so
has to buy their
lame.
own copy.
I
Why?
also tried to buy games for people on PlayStation, and I don't think that works either.
Listen, are you talking about like me buying a game and sending it to you?
On,
You can do
like,
that on
just
Steam.
PlayStation Store. 'Cause I know
Oh
you can
well,
do it
I mean on
Steam.
Switch it works really well. I've done that. I haven't
done
sent
that?
anybody a game on PlayStation Store, but I've bought games for people on Switch.
You have?
How do you do that?
We were just told that doesn't work.
I bought one for I don't know how we did it actually. I swear I bought.
Did they have to like? log
There's
into
a
your
gift.
Switch?
There's a gift thing, and you have to be friends. You have to already be friends, but there's a gift setting. Hold on. Let me go grab it.
I'm just looking it up. It is not
Broken.
possible to send a gift in the Nintendo eShop, on device or off device. You may consider gifting a prepaid Nintendo eShop card, or a download code instead. Download code. That's, I think, what we're going to be talking about is the download code.
That might be. Yeah. So you can buy the download code on.
Because I thought I
Amazon?
saw, well, I also thought I saw that feature when I was going through it. Is, do I want a download code? Which I was like, no, I'm getting this for myself, you know. We're nerds, people, can you tell? Have to say though, first system I ever got was an Xbox. Loved it. Second system was PS4. Loved it even more. Third system, this Nintendo Switch, absolutely freaking one of the best things I've ever put in my hands. Ever. Oh yeah, there's an enter code feature down at the bottom of the Nintendo Switch, so if you purchase the game for the code, you can give your friend the code.
Ah, so that's kind of a workaround there.
Mm-hmm.
He just jumped down.
Right, wow. Nerds. You're blagging, mate? Blagging, mate? What's blagging?
You're blagging.
Is this one of those young person things again? Rude ass. This is too high tech for me. You're younger than us. Incoming. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what is Rytak bringing?
Oh, I think they're bringing the storm from Hans Half Elven.
Oh my.
Oh, here comes the
Oh
storm.
my.
Hans Half Elven. Should I prep his own song for him to walk into?
Right.
Yeah, boy. Here we go. Let's get that going. Hang on. Here it is. Ah, come on. You can do it. Hey, Hans. How are you? I can hear you singing to me right now. Let's go. What were you doing? I know what you're doing. You were talking about homebrew, 5e homebrew stuff. How did that go? This is Hans Half-Elven, everyone, the person who you just came in with. They did a theme song for one of our shows. Eventually, I will have enough money to get it illustrated. And I will. Because it's very true. Who's singing this? They are sexy as fuck. I'll tell you this much. My back door is always ready for them. Had to let it finish. If you don't let Hans finish, it's a bitter day.
Right?
What's up, Hans? How you doing? I stole even your little saying. I said, "Yeah, boy," when you came in. It felt strange. I'm gonna let you keep that. I'm probably not gonna do that again. It was fun though. I enjoyed it. My favorite. Who am I secretly in love with? Oh, it's no secret, darling. Oh, hi. How was everything? How was all your stuffs? Did you get the kitty put away?
Yes, there was kitty nonsense afoot. He is
Ah,
currently he's awake now, so he's hanging out here actually.
ah. You all missed some. Oh, look at him. He's back there playing with a little ball. He's so freaking adorable.
He's below his bed right now, but he will. I'm sure he'll
Such a
dash
cutie.
around back here.
Yeah, go back and check the beginning of it. We had a nice little close-up of this delightful little kitten.
I'll
It's
go
so
grab
freaking
him.
cute.
If I can find him. Where'd you go?
Where'd he go? We've legitimately just been chilling and hanging out the whole time. Chit-chatting about random little tech biddies. Little our random stories and such, and it's actually closing time almost. Closing
Yes,
time.
can we please raid Tomamoto, please?
Tomamoto? Alright, let's raid Tomamoto. How do you spell this?
Tomamoto.
Oh gosh, I was not ready for that,
Just in
apparently.
time.
Just in time. I'm gonna panic.
Because if any of Anybody in the audience, please tell me that you know of Joshua Tomar, Chris O'Neill, Zach Hadel. Anybody, please? Toma Moto. Tomamoto.
Oh yeah, never heard. Nice.
They're
Okay.
playing the Neverhood, which is also one of my favorite games of all time. They have this song that goes like and I did not know for the longest time where I had heard that. And then you encounter Lucy in the sky with diamonds. You see her, and then you're like, it comes to you, and then you're like, oh my god, that song, and then it makes your entire experience. And yeah,
Whole different thing. Well, let's go say hi to Tomamoto. You raided into a place that was about to close, so double raid, everybody. Get ready for this. Thank you, Hans, you wonderful human being, for coming in for that delight. It is always a hoot whenever you come in for a scoot. All right, starting out that raid. Well, thank you everyone for being here. We love you very much. Join us on next Sunday for the last live stream of Chronicles of Nathriel before everything moves to YouTube. But as always, everything will still be here on Tuesdays as we do our talk shows and game shows and such. And a couple of other days in between. For now, though, thank you for being here. We love you very much. Hope you had a hoot. See ya.
bye.
All right, you VOD squad, what's up? You don't get to raid, so you get to deal with us doing this. Bye.
Good times. Great oldies.
May have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. Peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles